feeling a dip. Do you have any dip?
Dude, I just took my last pinch. I already threw the can away. I know you gave it to me, man, but like...
You don't have any more?
No.
Boy, you better shit one out your ass.
Let me see it. I can't work up here. Been drinking Mountain Dew all day. Come on. Come on. Oh. What is it? We got some wintergreen. It's Copenhagen Wintergreen.
It's Copenhagen Wintergreen, alright. Oh, hey you guys, it's Broad Interest 223 here. And I guess today we're going to be doing a Copenhagen Wintergreen review. Alright, let's do it.
Keeping it classy here at Broad Interest. That is wintergreen.
Smells delicious.
Alright, that was actually a weak pack on my part. You might have to repack that. I'm sorry.
I'll work it up.
Shit.
Is that dip all over your leg?
It is all dip all over my leg. Yeah, that was a really weak pack.
I'm going to go for a side pack. Go for the quiet little side pack.
Alright. So I'm mostly a natural and a straight kind of guy, but I do like a wintergreen. I just got to be in the mood for it. I guess today I'm in the mood for it. When I go for a wintergreen, I go for Copenhagen Wintergreen. I love Copenhagen. I'll dip Grizzly Wintergreen too. I just don't like the way it feels and the flavor. But nicotine content though, it's good on that. Yeah, to me Copenhagen just has the best flavors out of everything. Now the price is so much, no. But I said it in the previous video. When it comes to tobacco, you get what you pay for.
Yeah, Copenhagen, you get the flavor, and I'd say the flavor of really any Copenhagen, but Copenhagen Wintergreen, for this purpose, is a really distinct flavor. It's what a lot of dips try and copy. It's what a lot of dips try and model themselves after.
Everybody has dipped Copenhagen Wintergreen at some point in their life. And I think all of us know someone who dips nothing but Copenhagen Wintergreen. And a lot of people out there dip Copenhagen Wintergreen. And it's weird to think that this didn't come out till 2009. So it makes me think, what the hell were people doing up until this point?
Which I think before
I think mint dominated the market, if I had to guess.
That and snuff.
Oh yeah, snuff was rocking it from 1900 till
Snuff's,
probably like 15 years ago.
Yeah, snuff's been the dominant dip for, well, really, up until this came out, snuff was mostly what everybody dipped. And then I think they were just getting such a market for people that were like, I don't like the fine cut of it, I don't like how hard it is to handle. And so that's what they came out with Copenhagen Wintergreen, because you see right there, it says long cut right there. And, you know, as compared to fine cut, it just, like, fine cut, you put it in your lip, and you can put it in right here, and about 2 minutes later, you got a whole horseshoe, and you didn't even mean to. Long cut, I don't even put dips up front normally, like, I normally put them off to the sides and stuff, but lately I've just been putting them up front because it's just easier for me to handle.
I'm an up front guy.
But, everybody's got that little piece of skin or whatever on their gums right there that connects their lip to their gums. And some people it's a little bitty, some people it's pretty big. Mine's pretty big, so my dip right now is just split in half. But even with it being split in half by the little piece of skin or whatever it is, I'm gonna call it a taint. Even with the little taint splitting it up, this, you know, it's staying together really well because it packs really well. I mean, even if you do a little crappy pack, like I'm just gonna do a little crappy one-time pack right there. Hold on, I'll show it to you guys real fast. Just get it all terribly mixed up in there. See, it's not even packed. And even with one pack, that wasn't even a hard pack, and I bet it's a little bit better. See, it's not good, but it's a little bit better packed up in there. And whenever you put it in your lip, you push it down with your tongue, hold it in there for a second, and boom, it's stuck there for pretty much the rest of the time you're gonna dip it. And it's really good flavor. Good lord, the flavor is good. This is my
super sweet. Super sweet. I haven't tried every company's wintergreen. I've just had Grizzly and Copenhagen, but out of those two, you just can't beat Copenhagen as far as sweetness, flavor. It's easy on your gums.
Yeah, Grizzly's not as wintergreen as,
I think they
as
put
Copenhagen Wintergreen.
I think they put barbed wire in Grizzly. Honestly, it's awful.
Tears you up. This is a lot smoother on the gums. It doesn't burn as much. And I mean, this is, you know, this is my everyday dip, and it still does burn me, but that's just because I haven't been dipping for very long.
It doesn't burn me anymore, but I went through 2 cans of Grizzly Wintergreen back to back. So.
But I'm mostly a chew guy, but I don't know. I've been dipping every day for the past couple weeks or so, or yeah, I'd say a couple weeks, and absolutely just cannot beat Copenhagen Wintergreen. And he hates this stuff. Like when I'm about to talk about it, he hates this stuff with a passion. But I also like Copenhagen Mint.
Oh, you're gonna give me goosebumps just thinking about it.
He can't stand it. Those are the two things that I like to dip. Overall, period, exclamation point. Now he likes natural. That's his. And straight. Yeah, those are his two because they're sweeter than wintergreen, or at least straight sweeter than wintergreen. Natural is just a really natural tobacco taste, but wintergreen, I love the taste of it. I love how it makes your breath smell. You can breathe in somebody's face, and it smells awesome.
Now,
It smells just like Altoids. I got Altoids in here. It smells just like it.
Now, if you're going for an incognito dip, probably not this. Maybe once you get it in, but if you crack that can in a room, everyone's going to smell something.
Yeah.
And most people probably won't know what it is, but someone's going to be like, that's dip right there. Someone in this room just cracked a can.
Yeah, even people that don't dip, don't know anything about dip, you could crack a can of wintergreen and they're going to know that there's dip in the room. It's just such a dominant smell. It's very outgoing, very overbearing. Not overbearing, but it's very out there. And it fills the room pretty fast, but as soon as you close the can, it pretty much just goes away. At least in my experience, it just goes away. Yeah. I agree with that.
So, we're just raving about this. Here's the downside. $3.20, $3.30 a can.
Yeah, it's a little bit on the pricey side.
It's kind of pricey. For, like, a non-premium Copenhagen. For those of you who don't know, Copenhagen's premiums are snuff and like a long cut, just original long cut. Those are $5, $6 a can.
Yeah.
This is the most expensive you can get with they're like lower grade tobaccos.
But now I will say though that at least
it's worth every penny.
At least if I get a can of snuff, I can make that last a lot longer than a can of wintergreen. I can go through a full can of wintergreen in probably 2 or 3 days.
You gotta work if you want to dip snuff. You gotta.
Yeah, if I'm going through some wintergreen, I'll go through it in 2 or 3 days because I don't dip very often. I don't have a chance to. But if I'm going through snuff, though, God, it'll take me a week and a half to go through a can of snuff. That's dipping every day, every chance I get.
It's a full-on job just to get you a pinch of it.
Mm-hmm.
And that first pinch you get, I guarantee you, is not going to be enough for a lip. You're going to have to go in for seconds.
Yeah, you're going to have to get you a good filler, but this is a lot easier if you're like driving or something and you want to pack you up a can. You can probably, if you're skilled enough, you can probably pack it while you're driving, get a little crack and throw in a little pinch while you're driving, or maybe like steer with your wheel or your knee for a second, but that's not really legal.
I don't recommend it, honestly. It's just a lot of a risk. But
Yeah.
I still do it. He still does it. I'm sure you people watching do it. Just look at the road, man. Don't focus on the dip.
Yeah, it's not worth, a good lip's not worth your car, your life, or somebody else's life. So, be safe, but this is, in my opinion, this is the safest thing. If you're going to try and throw in a pinch while you're driving, this would be the safest thing. God help the man who tries to throw in a pinch of snuff while he's driving, because he's going to be driving with his feet.
There's some old-timer out there, though, that can do it. He's out there in that Chevy C10. He's been doing it his whole life. Driving and dipping ever since he was 8. And he can do it. But, forgot to mention this. 100% American. Every Copenhagen. Yeah. I love that.
And like my grandfather says, it's gooder than snuff, and it's not half as messy. You'll spill that crap everywhere. I mean, he spilled this crap everywhere, but
I did a crappy pack. That's why I spilled it.
That was a one-time thing. I've never seen him spill a long cut like that before. Really good flavor, really good packability. It's pretty moist, I'd say. I mean, this can is, I think, 3 days old.
You'll be hard pressed to find a dip in this price range that isn't moist though.
Yeah, I'd say this is 3 or 4 days old, and it's still pretty moist. It's got a little bit drier now, but I mean it's still really moist, and I like that a whole lot. I don't like to throw in a dry dip because then you're sitting there trying to suck it and get it to life. This you can throw it in and lick it once or twice while it's in. Just give your tongue a little rub over it, and boom, you're juicing up and you're spitting. It's delicious, and you're sitting there having a good time.
Public service announcement for you dippers out there: don't leave your dip in your car. Put it in your pocket. Put it in your backpack. Put it in your gym bag. Do something with it other than leave it in the car.
It'll
dry it out. So there's nothing grosser than a dry, hot dip.
And also, this is for the people that don't dip a whole lot but still want to. If you swallow some natural, or if you swallow some mint or something, some snuff, God help you, you're gonna throw up. I mean, most of the time you're gonna throw up if you're not used to gutting stuff. Wintergreen, I don't throw up. I mean, I throw up often with this because I don't dip a whole lot, and I'm trying to get away from that. I'm trying to force myself to be able to gut it. But I swallowed stuff a lot, and I don't throw up as much as I used to.
To me, wintergreen's the easiest thing to gut.
It really is. And
not a great beginner dip though, wintergreen.
No.
It burns a good bit, no matter what brand you get, especially Grizzly. But
oh yeah.
You just got to understand that eventually the burn will go away.
And so I would say this is the most wintergreen dip, other than like Grizzly Dark Wintergreen.
I've never had that.
I haven't either, but I've heard a whole lot of stories about how wintergreen it truly is, but Copenhagen has the most laid back and still really wintergreen taste to it, and it's just delicious. Everybody that's
Ooh, kind of broke up right there.
Everybody that dips it either loves it or liked it for some time, and most people that I see that have been dipping for a long time love Copenhagen Wintergreen. It's a go-to for most people.
I didn't like it at first, but about 5 months after the first time I tried it, I went back to it and I loved it.
Mm-hmm.
I dipped it for a solid month after that. Then I went back to my straight and natural. But I mean, it's just a good dip.
It
if
really
you're
is.
thinking about buying it, just buy it. It's worth the money. I know it's kind of expensive for a dip, but just buy it. You'll love it.
And for the people that just kind of dip this every day and you're just kind of out there watching it, if you don't like it, don't dip it anymore. But I mean, if this is your everyday dip and you just kind of want to see our take on it, then our opinion is that this is really good stuff, and I don't have any complaints about it at all.
I would say this is one of the best dips of all time.
I would say this is the best dip of all time because this is my everyday dip. This is what I go for. Now, I mean, if I'm tight on money, I'm gonna get some
Natty.
Grizzly. If I'm tight on money, I'm gonna get some Grizzly Wintergreen. But it is what it is. This is good for the price, and it says right there on the can, satisfaction since 1822. I think that is 100% true. I think throughout the years, Copenhagen's always been the most satisfying dip out there. So I think we should leave it on that. Copenhagen is very satisfying.
Buy it.
Buy it. I think we should spit it up right here.